Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, August 12th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 714 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mike Lindell claims he was attacked at hotel after cyber symposium. No credible evidence to charge BLM protesters in Phoenix charged as gang members, report says. Colorado Secretary of State orders county to stop using voting equipment after security breach. Tropical storm watch imminent for Florida as Fred forecast to strengthen. A GOP strategist was arrested on 10 felony counts of underage sex trafficking, conspiracy, and obstruction of justice. Women in Taliban-held areas are reportedly not allowed to leave home without a male escort. 27 people on board Carnival Cruise Line ship test positive for COVID-19. Biden eyes tougher vaccine rules without provoking backlash. A lawyer's deathbed confession about a sensational 1975 kidnapping. CDC director refers to pregnant people when recommending coronavirus vaccine during pregnancy. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Britney Spears' father agrees to step down as conservator, CNBC. UW Health to take part in pediatric COVID-19 vaccine clinical trial, WISN Milwaukee. Disney earnings exceed expectations as parks reopen and Disney Plus grows, CNN. San Francisco mandates proof of vaccination when indoors, Associated Press. Critics erupt after CDC's Walensky refers to pregnant people in vaccine tweet, Fox News. Fauci, everyone will need COVID vaccine booster shots sooner or later, Fox News. Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 3 will be the first foldable phone available on Google Fi, Engadget. July was busiest month for illegal border crossings in 21 years, CBP data shows, The Washington Post. U.S. is starting to evacuate some embassy staff from Afghanistan with military help, NPR. Tropical Depression Fred, Florida Emergency Management prepares as storm nears, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Businesses are starting to issue vaccine mandates, but how do workers feel about them? San Francisco to require full vaccination for indoor activities. GOP congressional candidate who was at Capitol on January 6 picks up Trump endorsement. Sony delays Venom sequel release amid Delta surge. Idaho Governor Brad Little announces millions for COVID tests in schools. Shia LaBeouf to play a saint in first acting role since FKA Twigs abuse allegations. Wendy's hopes delivery-only kitchens will meet growing demand. 16 surprising baby name trends. U.S. troops to help evacuate some embassy staff in Afghanistan as Taliban gains ground. Utah Governor Spencer Cox responds to voter demanding he change his obscene last name. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Branch falls on woman's car while she's driving. Child dies after being found unconscious at home. Commissioner apologizes for obscene gesture. Texas Rep Gene Wu avoids arrest. Parents concerned over mask mandate ban. Family fighting for answers after euthanization. Glass City River Wall moves forward, nears completion. Police officer honored for saving choking child. Hotel manager accused of racial discrimination. Father furious over release of suspect rapist. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. What we think we know about metabolism may be wrong. 3 vegetarian recipes that changed my cooking. Texas hospitals are already overloaded. Doctors are frightened by what is coming. I'm a trans athlete. I only want to win if it's fair. What $750,000 buys you in Texas, Georgia and Michigan? The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. After Olympic defection, U.S. sanctions, Belarusian revolt leader says, the boat is sinking. Virginia police arrest 4 men in cold case murder of late Maryland Rep. Elijah Cummings' nephew. Pelosi rallies behind Newsom in California recall effort, we will defeat it. Washington Post fact-checker attacks GOP for criticizing faulty study. Moreland 2 hours, Bassett Al-High 12th W, A's Bop Indians 17-0. Rescuers prepare to recover body of Russian climber discovered in world's deepest cave. Loudoun, Virginia teacher has no regrets about resigning, I was a cog in a critical race theory machine. Speculation about Saigon rooftop replay in Kabul despite Biden assertion it couldn't happen. Harper, Phillies hold off Dodgers 2-1 to avoid sweep. Stephen Miller's group accuses Biden admin of hiding docs on Supreme Court commission. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, August 12th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Experts, the best way to deal with new COVID-19 anxieties is to have hope and remember we've persevered before. Child tax credit, how much money should you get this month? It's not as easy as it looks, Joe Johnson on the Big 3 and 18-year NBA career. Where to buy face masks online after CDC updates COVID Delta variant guidelines. Ms. Pat is a character on so many levels, Theodore Barnes on Bet Plus' The Ms. Pat Show. Child tax credit, when is your second payment coming? 4th stimulus check, will you get another relief payment? Child tax credit update, how do I opt out of monthly payments? Child tax credit, manage your monthly checks with these IRS tools. Caught on camera, teenage passenger restrained on flight from Maui to Los Angeles. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Serious and tragic incident unfolding in Plymouth. Asda sacks illiterate trolley porter for smoking, but he claims he couldn't read signs. Britney Spears' dad stepping down as conservator of singer's estate fed up of unjustified attacks. Azuna Stubbs dies at 84, Christopher Stevens pays tribute to a true one-off. Pentagon sending 3,000 troops to evacuate civilian embassy personnel in Afghanistan. New retrospective features Hollywood starlet Bette Davis. Mark Almond, Afghanistan is a nation hurtling back to the dark ages once more. Benidorm beachgoers flee after 8 feet blue shark is spotted in the shallows. Scotland is to let pupils aged 4 change gender. New book explores how meritocracy rules the modern world. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Belarus's weaponization of migration is a desperate attack on the democratic world, Lithuanian president says. Indiscriminate Hamas rocket attacks on Israel are war crimes, Human Rights Watch says. A stranger helped the Jamaican athlete get to his Olympic race. He won gold and tracked her down. Fred weaker, but likely to drench Florida as tropical storm. UK to send 600 troops to Kabul to help nationals leave. China's mental health system has long been inadequate. Can AI change that? Belarusian authorities detain over 20 in new wave of arrests. UK police confirm several die in Plymouth firearms incident. In new documentary, WHO scientist says Chinese officials pressured investigation to drop lab leak hypothesis. Algeria battles wildfires with 2 French firefighter planes. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. COVID live news, UK reports 33,074 new cases and 94 deaths, Ireland registers over 12s for jabs. Washington and Oregon brace for brutal weekend as new heatwave arrives. US population now less than 60% white, 2020 census finds, live. Britney Spears' father agrees to step down as conservator when the time is right. Plymouth shooting, at least 3 dead after armed man opens fire. More than 9,000 anti-Asian incidents reported in US since pandemic started. OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma enters final phase to settle thousands of lawsuits. UK and US send troops to aid evacuation from Afghanistan as Taliban advances. Children born during pandemic have lower IQs, US study finds. Texas Senate passes voting restrictions bill after 15-hour filibuster by Democrat. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Multiple people killed in shooting in UK. Britney Spears' father to step down as conservator. Largest school district in Texas set to defy governor's ban on mask mandates. San Francisco to require vaccine proof at indoor venues. Disgraced DA agent sentenced to 13 years in corruption case. Watch, this bar serves pup tails for its furry customers. Taliban fighters executing surrendering troops, U.S. officials say. Biden, DeSantis face-off raises questions of politics versus public health, analysis. Migrants find themselves stranded abroad by new U.S. policy. London's top cop on Prince Andrew, no one is above the law. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. U.S. Census, Hispanic and Asian American driving U.S. population growth. Afghanistan, major cities fall to Taliban amid heavy fighting. Wagner, Gaddafi's son faces arrest over Russian mercenaries. Life in a town taken by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Northern Turkey hit by severe flash flooding. UK and Russia ambassadors anger Iran by restaging World War II image. Messi, what are the PSG fan tokens given to the footballer? Russia holds hypersonic flight expert in spy probe. Berlin embassy arrest, a case of old-school spying? Brazil Congress expels lawmaker over murder charges. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Political football or mountain out of a molehill, South Dakota officials clash over indigenous education standards. Tropical storm watch in effect for parts of South Florida as poorly organized Fred swirls past Cuba. Man accused of killing his 2 young children believe they possessed serpent DNA. San Francisco, New Orleans to require vaccination for indoor venues, FDA could okay 3rd dose for immunocompromised soon, COVID-19 news. I'm going to miss my friend, Southwest Airlines flight attendant, 36, dies from COVID-19. Surfside condo collapse, town leaders fuming at obstacles to investigation, aim to sue county. School officials in Texas, Florida defy governor's ban on mask mandates, professors freaking out about exposure, live COVID-19 updates. Schools, parents and local officials clash over back-to-school COVID restrictions. A 30-year-old Florida woman gave birth, took 2 photos with her baby and died days later of COVID-19. Fred, now a tropical depression, forecast to strengthen again before Florida landfall, what we know. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Drought cripples a California coastal paradise. We need water, we don't have it. Your back-to-school questions answered. Judge dismisses sexual battery charge against Harvey Weinstein in LA. Storms threaten to grow monstrous Dixie Fire, everything is ready to burn. San Francisco requires vaccinations for many indoor activities. How to show vaccination proof amid California COVID mandates. Orange County reports sharp rise in COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, what to know. Los Angeles Police Department officers are supposed to wear masks, they keep getting caught without them. From bank to Burger King to handsome Frank Gehry designed concert hall. Terrible reality set in, LA Times photographer on documenting the Dixie Fire. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, August 12, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Jamie Spears agrees to step down as daughter Britney's conservator attorney. Greenhouse gas emissions must peak within 4 years, says leaked UN report. Group of scientists released draft IPCC report as they fear it will be watered down by governments. Multiple fatalities in Plymouth shooting, police. Israeli ambassador to U.S. seemingly acknowledges that Israel has nuclear weapons. Western Australia has made it illegal to protest outside abortion clinics. Russian court asked to restrict Navalny spokesperson's freedom for 2 years. Return of the fat cats, bank bonuses rise as profits rebound. Germany won't give money to Afghanistan if Sharia law introduced, foreign minister. U.S. to temporarily send 3,000 troops to protect, evacuate diplomats from Kabul. BBC News, UK troops sent to get Britons out of Afghanistan. Red Bull illegal drifting stunt ruined a historical 11th century square in Kiev, Ukraine. U.S. Embassy in Kabul urges U.S. citizens to leave Afghanistan immediately. Israel and Morocco agree to full diplomatic normalization. Germany tells its citizens to leave Afghanistan. Canada flouting international law by continuing Saudi arms sales, report says. The next headlines are from Forbes. BTS, Dreamcatcher, Astro, ONF and Somi, hits making moves on the World Songs chart. Warner Media is the latest major company requiring workers to get vaccinated amid COVID surge, see the full list. Vax up or stay home, these cities are mandating COVID vaccination to dine in at restaurants and other indoor fun. Why Australia matters to the future of Paramount Plus, and Viacom CBS. Every Bayou football walk-on will have tuition covered under new deal. Rowtech and Lovehoney becomes world's largest sexual wellness company with $1.2 billion merger. Call of Duty, Vanguard key art, pre-order bonuses and cross-gen editions leak online. The NFL's shortened preseason presents interesting challenges for oddsmakers, bettors. Olympic champion Bev Priestman grateful to those who paved the way to gold. SVOD Nielsen's Gunpowder Milkshake tops Black Widow. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How do vaccinated people spread Delta? What the science says. Why NASA's Mars rover failed to collect its first raw core. Mammoth's epic travels preserved in tusk. Poo from young mice improves their elders' memories. Clouds plus trees equals cooler climes at mid-latitudes. Cryo-EM structures of full length, I, tetrahymena I, ribozyme a 3.1 resolution. Direct imaging of single-molecule electrochemical reactions in solution. Deer infections, vaccination nudges and predicting breakthrough COVID cases. Cycling cancer persister cells arise from lineages with distinct programs. The world must cooperate to avoid a catastrophic space collision. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,724,427,813 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Hitmaker of the Month, Interscope Geffen A&M's co-head of A&R Sam Ryback on Olivia Rodrigo's Economy of Words. MJ Rodriguez on why the post-finale's happy ending is so important. Jennifer Hudson's Aretha Franklin isn't enough to overcome Hollywood's lack of respect for biopics and musical icons. Disney CEO Bob Chapek dances around Black Widow lawsuit, gets real about theatrical releases. Production booms in Prague as safety, incentives lure shoots. Britney Spears' father Jamie Spears steps down from conservatorship. How Joey King ensured that the ending of Kissing Booth 3 Feet was just right. Lord of the Rings Amazon series moves production from New Zealand to UK for Season 2. Glenn Turman talks vacationing with Bianca being the new face of Ivy Park. Disney earnings top estimates, fueled by theme park reopenings, Disney Plus growth. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. 2 days into the school year, a Florida district asked 440 students to quarantine. U.S. is starting to evacuate some embassy staff from Afghanistan with military help. LGBTQ adults are facing hunger at almost twice the rate as others, new data shows. One of the biggest live music companies will require vaccines or negative COVID tests. The Dixie Fire is less than a third contained. Mississippi's hospital system could collapse within 10 days under COVID strain. PBS and Ken Burns vowed to do better on diversity, but critics aren't convinced. New testimony reveals Trump pressured the Department of Justice to falsely question election results. The Taliban now controls 2/3 of Afghanistan. Nearly 300,000 more federal health workers are ordered to be vaccinated. The following headlines are from The Week. A majority of Americans support increased attention on the country's history of racism. Britney Spears' father agrees to step down as conservator of her estate. The Orwell Foundation gives in to cancel culture. Rachel Maddow reportedly might leave MSNBC. You're kidding yourself, GOP representative shuts down heckler who claimed Trump won 2020 election. Biden undermines his own climate goals. Sherlock creators pay tribute to National Treasure Anna Stubbs. DNC members reportedly super frustrated by White House overreach in party affairs. Bill de Blasio suggests keeping a close eye on Cuomo during his last days in office. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. What the new climate change report means for El Paso and the Southwest. The queen of the accordion is still forging her own path. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Want a Lego James Webb Space Telescope? It even folds up. Rocky planet found with only half the mass of Venus. Curiosity might not be in an ancient lake at all. Astronomy Jargon 101, Adaptive Optics. Avoiding the Great Filter, how long until we are living across the solar system? Astronomers find a nearby star that is spitting image of a young sun. It turns out there were supernovae exploding all over, we just couldn't see them. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, August 12th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Starship stacking produces world's tallest rocket. Happy Friday 13th, y'all. New odds on asteroid Bennu, will it strike Earth? Jupiter's energy crisis solved, auroras roast upper atmosphere. Perseid Photos 2021, a week of shooting stars. The next news is from Politico. Europe a fearful bystander as Taliban sweeps through Afghanistan. Biden races to hire senior staff at trained agencies. Trump PAC hires Iowa staff as war chest builds ahead of 2024. Census data shows white population shrinking below 60%. Round 1 of child tax credit payments slashed hunger rates, U.S. data shows. Top Biden advisor Anita Dunn leaves White House. Pentagon sending thousands of troops to Kabul to help evacuate U.S. embassy. Biden allies warn, pass his agenda or lose women voters. Patterson, Cuomo's 14-day transition is suspicious. Nation's largest teachers union backs vaccine mandates. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Thwart the Sunday breakfast test with pandemic puzzlers pearls. Asthma drug maker agrees to $2.1 billion takeover by tobacco titan Philip Morris. Australian Newslehive, COVID-19 cases continue to spread across NSW as cases in Victoria, ACT and Queensland grow. Beijing officials pressured investigation to drop lab leak hypothesis, WHO scientist. Sydney woman, 21, investigated over alleged lies on Newcastle trip. Britney Spears' father Jamie agrees to step down as conservator. Taliban takes Kandahar, final surge of U.S. troops announced. Rahul, Rohit song as India make England bowlers work at Lord's. Kung Fu classic Fist of Fury dubbed in indigenous Noongar DAA language. The price of your morning cup of coffee keeps on rising. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Calling hydrogen a zero emissions fuel is wrong, new study says, energy industry cries foul. The Moneyist, he is waiting for her to die, my unhappily married father wants to stop his wife from inheriting his estate but he won't get a divorce. Earnings results, Mr. Car Wash stock falls in first earnings report since IPO. Moderna study shows its COVID-19 vaccine holds up against several variants after 6 months. Earnings results, Sophie stock falls after its first earnings report, as profit outlook comes up short. Earnings results, Disney produces best earnings and sales since before pandemic, stock pops 5% higher. Personal Finance Daily, the housing market is so hot, a burnt-out Bay Area home has cash bids above $850,000 and mortgage rates rise for first time in over a month, as key economic reports shift the market's outlook. Newswatch, Disney produces best earnings and sales since before pandemic, stock pops 5% higher. Earnings results, DoorDash reports record Q2 sales but predicts slowing. Earnings results, Wish stock tanks 18% as e-commerce company says demand slowed, costs rose more than expected. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Podcast, Conductive Discussions, Patent Eligibility under Section 101, Lexology. Industry Snapshot, Design Patents for Animal Products, April-June 2021, J.D. Supra. Warren Weiscarver Obituary, 1928 to 2021, Walnut Creek, CA, East Bay Times, Legacy.com. Converse wins shoe design patent claim against Steve Madden, Intellectual Property, India, Mondak News alerts. Play, Intellectual Property, Lexology. Apple faces patent infringement lawsuit by Bell Northern Research for basic mobile wireless technology, Tech Times. Inventor 2.0, Patents in the Age of AI, Lexology. Bell Labs descendant sues Apple for infringing on clutch of patents, Apple Insider. NAVFACEXWC mechanical engineer awarded 2 patents, provides new grounds for refueling Navy cell platforms, DVIDS. Thinking outside the box, celebrating neurodivergent inventors, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. The U.S. child tax credit is making a dent in hunger. Prisons are where America most needs vaccine mandates. Reebok has yet another new owner. The company, the real economic opportunity in space. Consolidation is coming for U.S. food delivery, unless the government stops it first. Getting a COVID vaccine during pregnancy even more urgent as intensive care unit beds fill up. A $1 billion spacesuit is holding up NASA's 2024 moon landing. Cameroon has detained an influential tech figure for African entrepreneurs on unknown charges. NASA's bad fits. Hackers are returning the spoils of the world's largest crypto heist. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Twitch finally gets around to letting banned streamers know why they were banned. Shiva AI Adore drops his potentially interesting lawsuit about Massachusetts officials complaining to Twitter about tweets. Judge orders FBI to return $57,000 seized from a U.S. private vault's customer since it apparently cannot justify keeping it. Daily Deal, the complete Udemy instructor mastermind bundle. Stupid patent of the month, this CAPTCHA patent is an all-American nightmare. AT&T CFO wants a cookie for screwing up the Time Warner, DirecTV mergers. Manchester United becomes Manchester UFC in Football Manager 22 over dumb trademark spat. Bad faith politicians are using social media suspension to boost their own profiles. Tech Dirt Podcast Episode 293, Understanding California's Digital Vaccine Records. Documents show no one in the Defense Department is doing much vetting of law enforcement requests for military gear. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Jake Arrieta. Patriots. Whitney Houston. QAnon. Afghanistan. Brendan Fraser. Chris Davis. Gary Payton II. India versus England. Arnold Schwarzenegger. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Pelosi wants Republican leadership to condemn Trump's threat against Ashley Babbitt. Fewer white Americans, more Asians and Hispanics, new census data shows U.S. changing dramatically. Fauci says everyone will likely need COVID-19 vaccine booster shots, even as WHO urges prioritizing doses for poor nations. MyPillow's Mike Lindell claims he was attacked at pro-Trump Samopsiamus Dominion is clear to move forward with suit. UK to send 600 troops back to Afghanistan to aid evacuation. Biden lauds officials who defy governors and time mandate policies as heroes amid escalating war with GOP over COVID-19 measures. Tennis star stuns commentator and onlookers with unbelievable refusal to warm up in Prius Open tournament, video. UK police confirm multiple fatalities at serious firearms incident in Plymouth, air ambulances called to scene, video. US cuts staff at Kabul embassy down to core presence as Taliban closes in. Passenger bus explodes in central Russian city of Voronezh, videos, photos. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Taiwan scrambles fighter jets after 6 Chinese warplanes enter its air defense identification zone. UFC, a sanctuary from COVID vaccine pressure in professional sports. Trump fuels 2024 speculation after hiring veteran Iowa political operatives. 2021 is 1984, our liberties and freedoms are being ripped away from us and America is almost gone. Fauci confirms likely, inevitable everyone will need COVID vaccine booster shot. Winter is coming, chip markers in longest slide since 2018 as Morgan Stanley downgrades semis. Disney shares surge after dramatic rise in streaming subs. PPI panic sparks big tech bid, small caps skid, crypto crumble. The Biden inflation tax, made clear in one chart. Wake up call, Pfizer vax only 42% effective against infection in July. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Russian court asked to curb Navalny aids freedom for 2 years. Taliban seizes Herat, Ghazni battle for Kandahar rages on. US eyes booster jabs as Delta variant rages among unvaccinated. White population shrinks as US becomes more diverse, census. Algeria observes day of mourning after dozens killed in wildfires. 10 maps to understand Afghanistan. Mexico hikes interest rates again in bid to tame inflation. IEA sees COVID blow to oil demand in 2021, surplus in 2022. APAC accused of Islamophobia after attacks on Ilhan Omar. Deadly flash flood sweep through Turkey's Black Sea region. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Largest teachers union supports requiring coronavirus vaccine testing. Pentagon deploying 3,000 U.S. troops back to Afghanistan in temporary mission. Migrant apprehensions at southern border in July jump 420% over last year. Joe Biden thanks heroes forcing mask mandates on children. 4 of the 19 Republicans who voted for $1.2 trillion infrastructure hoax seeking re-election in 2022. California man killed his children in Mexico fearing their serpent DNA, says FBI. Watch, Texas House Democrats serve arrest warrants. Olympic medalist Mensa stock on pro-America comments, God spoke through me. Professors to the rescue, Berkeley scholars claim Gavin Newsom recall unconstitutional. CDC Director Walensky urges pregnant people to get coronavirus vaccine. The next headlines are from UPI News. Missouri man wins lottery jackpot 3 years after Powerball win. Slice of cake from Princess Diana, Prince Charles wedding sells for over $2,500. Bull halts traffic on California freeway. Man collects $3 and lottery jackpot 2 weeks after $40,000 win. Watch, family from British Columbia thrift store photo discovery identified. Watch, Florida man's truck totaled by lightning strike caught on dash cam. Painting bought at thrift store could be worth more than $20,000. Watch, Colorado Sheriff's deputy frees trapped bear from car. Animal rescuers searching for hissing cobra find electric toothbrush. Watch, ring lost for 10 years found outside Texas high school. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Dog missing for weeks wanders into Walmart and finds owner working at the register. People who are deeply empathetic process music differently in brain, scientists find. Nintendo is partnering with a non-profit to bring gaming consoles to hospitalized kids. Two-legged pooch rescued from Afghanistan makes the most amazing recovery, he's full of joy. Explorer who found many iconic shipwrecks like the Titanic credits dyslexia for his success. Thailand announces ban on coral-damaging sunscreens in marine national parks. Duetting songbirds mute the musical mind of their partner to stay in sync, researchers find. See the moment a shark appears to pose for a selfie with a diver, and crack the same huge smile. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, August 12th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man says he killed his kids over QAnon conspiracy theories and serpent DNA, fearing they'd become monsters. Olympic gold medal bitten by Nagoya mayor to be replaced. Parents of 337 migrant children separated at border under Trump still have not been found, court filing says. Russians tried, and failed, to smear vaccines with weak Planet of the Apes memes. Saskatchewan man charged after landing helicopter at ice cream shop in small town. Man admits foot fetish nuisance calls costing the NHS $21,000. Bangladesh arrests social media star for dance video at mosque. Rep. Madison Cawthorn's tweet about great fiction novel 1984 gets mocked into oblivion. San Angelo freedom defender fights for his life against COVID-19. Man's handwriting was so bad bank staff didn't know he was trying to rob them. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. NASA believes it solved the mystery of the missing Martian rock. This DNA My Dog testing plus dog training courses can help build a happy, healthy pooch. Get NordVPN for a year at one of the lowest prices of the year, just $47.20. An examination of Apple's plans to scan your iPhone photos for abusive content. Why the privacy by design approach to mobile apps isn't enough. Project Arrow gets $5 of gov funding for zero-emission vehicles. Samsung's foldables will never flourish until they're as good as regular phones. Hacker who stole $600 moth crypto returns $260 million, cause they don't dig money? Don't adjust your screen, Twitter has a new font for improved accessibility. Everything Samsung announced at its Unpacked Folding Phone event. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Touted as clean, blue hydrogen may be worse than gas, coal, researchers say. How Arctic alpine plants respond to global warming. Genetic enigma solved, inheritance of coat color patterns in dogs. A mobility-based approach to optimize pandemic lockdown strategies. Discovery of origin of esophageal cancer cells highlights importance of screening for precancerous Barrett's esophagus. Black hole size revealed by its seeding pattern. Metabolism changes with age, just not when you might think. Is your mobile provider tracking your location? New technology could stop it. Red blood cell alterations contribute to lupus. The Wendelstein 7X concept proves its efficiency. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, August 12th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards $18 million for research at minority-serving institutions. NASA spacecraft provides insight into asteroid Bennu's future orbit. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. New census numbers are staggering. We know Utah is growing. See by how much and where. Salt Lake County Council votes 6-3 to overturn school mask mandate for elementary-age kids. Loved ones remember Dylan Taylor 7 years after he was fatally shot by police. Wear masks and get the vaccine, say top LDS leaders, even as more wards return to face coverings. Utah football honors the late Ty Jordan with his own locker inside the team's new facility. Man who allegedly drove the wrong way on I-15 is charged with killing new bride. Bagley cartoon, going viral. Utah reports the most new COVID-19 cases in 5 months. Bayou football surprises walk-ons, announces tuition will be covered as part of deal with the Utah Protein Bar Company. Bayou football strikes home and home deal with Miami. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Reddit is now valued at more than $10 billion. Homeless encampment grows on Apple property in Silicon Valley. Accenture downplays ransomware attack as Lockbit gang leaks corporate data. Warner Brothers is using personalized deepfakes for its latest movie promo. Amazon drops draconian policy on making games after work hours. Windows 11 is getting updated snipping tool, calculator, and mail apps. Pirated entertainment sites are making billions from ads. Facebook could be forced by UK watchdog to sell GIF creator Jiffy. WhatsApp and other social media platforms restricted in Zambia amid ongoing elections. Amazon to monitor customer service workers' keyboard and mouse strokes. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis trash complaints pile up in 2021. Arrest made for murders of 8-year-old mother, suspect tied to third killing. 2020 census, St. Louis City sees 20% drop in youth population. Former dining manager at Fort Leonard Wood pleads guilty to stealing more than $69,000. St. Louis adding COVID vaccine incentive to annual warrant amnesty days. That's just magic, Cardinals manager on Field of Dreams game. Insurer report places Missouri, Illinois in top 10 for catalytic converter theft claims. Missouri woman charged with murder in 17-year-old cold case. Census shows U.S. is diversifying, population growth slows in Northeast, Midwest. Humane Society of Missouri treats 21 dogs rescued from horrific conditions. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Coachella, stagecoach among AEG-owned events and venues to require a COVID vaccine. Former La Jolla media exec agrees to plead guilty in admissions bribery scandal. Church arson suspect is former parishioner, police say. Gloria signs legislation paving way to invest $293 million in infrastructure. Census shows U.S. is diversifying, white population shrinking. County opens more testing sites as demand grows. Man test drives Audi, then carjacks it. Field of Dreams game grows in Iowa cornfield. Fugitive arrested after high-speed chase, standoff. Cathedral Catholic delays first day of school due to COVID-19 contact tracing. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army soldiers to receive new encryption device to protect the joint network. U.S. Air Force conducts first live fire test of IRST-Qt AIM-120 missile. Oshkosh wins contract to modernize additional U.S. Army Stryker combat vehicles. South Korean military tries out new armored vehicle for export. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Peter Martin on what makes China's diplomats tick, and so ticked off. China sentences Canadian citizen Michael Spavor to 11 years in prison. What happened at B-Day, an explainer. The start of modern Sino-Japanese relations. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, August 12, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Hispanics become largest racial or ethnic group in California, 2020 census shows. Census map, see if your county grew or shrank from 2010 to 2020. Major concert producers OK vaccine, testing requirements at their shows. Destination California, all aboard Yosemite Mountain Sugar Pine Railroad. Arnold Schwarzenegger calls out anti-maskers in interview. Britney Spears' father Jamie to step down as conservator, report. The U.S. has a new fifth largest city, can you guess it? Body of Oakland teen found in Solano County ditch. Air advisory extended through Friday. Teen shot to death in East San Jose. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Nonprofit group planning pregnancy clinic in Wheeling. QB Daniel Jones to sit Giants preseason opener against Jets. Canopies to comfort workers, cut waits at Schaumburg Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Taliban take Kandahar, Herat in major Afghanistan offensive. Stocks wobble as investors weigh jobs, inflation reports. Browns resting Mayfield, most starters for preseason opener. Texas Senators 15-hour filibuster spotlights voting clash. Ravens Bateman having groin surgery, expected back in September. New penalties bolster Scott's law. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. With Cuomo's resignation, WA's Jay Inslee is poised to be the longest-serving state governor in U.S. New Amazon Fresh grocery store opens in Seattle's Central District. Where to beat the heat in Seattle, cooling shelters, libraries, spray parks, more. Washington's North Cascades Highway reopens, but drivers will have to take it slow. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 69.26 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 21:07 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Fred 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Linda 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 76.4 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 20:06 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 19:58 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.2 m, depth 61.94 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 19:44 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth 67.7 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 19:43 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 48.02 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 19:29 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 18.91 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 19:07 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 47.31 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands December 8, 2021, 18:49 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, August 12th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Tornado warning issued for part of Harris County until 5 p.m. Jamie Spears says he intends to step down as conservator of Britney Spears. HISD school board to vote on mask mandate tonight. Cancer patients, those with PTSD will soon be able to join TX's expanded medical marijuana program. Chase suspect dies after crash and shootout with law enforcement. High School Musical, the series stars team up for Disney Princess music special. Labor of Love, Ryan Reynolds talks Free Guy, COVID pandemic delays. Bennu, huge asteroid now has greater chance of hitting Earth through 2300, but still slim, NASA says. Google employees who choose to work from home permanently could face pay cut. Mom and son's Fort Bend company arrests uncover alleged luxury car thefts worth $528,000. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Purdue Pharma director grilled on proposed opioid settlement. DoorDash's Q2 orders at record high but revenue gains slow. Disney swings to profit as reopened parks bolster revenue. Colorado voting officials feud over alleged security breach. MyPillow CEO says he was attacked at symposium. U.S. sending 3K troops for partial Afghan embassy evacuation. Texas senator defies voting limits with 15-hour filibuster. New Mexico defends title as most Latino state in nation. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Heat dome blankets New York, but it's different than the ones plaguing the West. Extra, congrats to Lollapalooza for not being a super spreader event. To lure more cyclists, MTA drops bicycle permit on commuter rails. With no remote learning option this fall, NYC unsure how to teach quarantining students. Photos, MoMA PS1 throws exuberant, fully vaccinated warm-up party. Cuomo's resignation may not mean the end of the impeachment process. Nassau County executive vetoes bill that allowed first responders to sue. 25-year-old detainee found dead at Rikers. Early edition, inside Kathy Hochul's Buffalo condo. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul says she'll run for governor in 2022. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. World Bank looks to trains in Argentina's climate battle. Afghanistan, UN chief following escalation in fighting with deep concern. Top UN envoy points to fresh hope for democratic Somalia. Youth must be included in disarmament and non-proliferation. Youth need seat at the table to lead struggle for better future, Guterres. Spyware, rights experts push for surveillance technology moratorium. Will world leaders risk a UN visit amid a surge in the deadly virus? UN Weather Agency seeks to confirm 48.8 record heat spike in Sicily. Proud of being able to speak the truth, journalist Nidhi Razdan on her cyber attack. The water cycle is intensifying as the climate warms, IPCC report warns, that means more intense storms and flooding. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. UN globalists arriving in UK for climate summit won't face COVID restrictions imposed on British citizens. CDC admits it massively overcounted Florida's COVID cases. Macron says showing police your papers to visit a cafe is about freedom. Newsom announces nation's first vaxxer test rule for all teachers and staff. Pentagon reveals how military service members can get religious exemption to mandatory vaccines. Crackhead Hunter Biden discusses range of topics with prostitute. Arrest warrants issued for 52 fugitive Democrats after Texas Supreme Court slaps down Democrat judge. Looks very awful and ill, journalist tells RT he couldn't recognize Assange during high court hearing on his extradition to U.S. YouTube suspended Rand Paul for mask comments almost identical to those made by Biden's former COVID advisor. How flawed WHO vaccination policies led to polio paralysis in India in 1970s. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. No, Bill Lee did not sanction quarantine camps for unvaccinated Tennesseans. Do Pez dispensers automatically remove wrappers? About that Nazi eagle on Donald Trump's cards. The do's and don'ts of flu prevention from 1918. Space station supplies launched with a pizza delivery for $7. More than 9,000 anti-Asian incidents since pandemic began. No, Biden isn't letting thousands of illegal immigrants into U.S. without COVID testing. No, the AMA didn't revoke Senator Rand Paul's ophthalmology license. Texas Senator ends 15-hour filibuster on voting bill. Republicans take to mask wars as virus surges in red states. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Post offers misleading advice on mandatory vaccines and unemployment benefits. Posts show manipulated image of T-shirt held by DeSantis. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. MAGA fraudster smears Dems using decoy TMZ. How the world's most feared franchise can threaten to kill a national TV star. Jamie Spears agrees to resign as Britney's conservator. UK TV host Eamon Holmes sparks backlash with racist comparison, saying guest's hair looks like an alpaca. FBI nabs anti-abortion extremist for January 6 attacks on Capitol cops. U.S. sending thousands of troops to evacuate embassy staff in Afghanistan. NY Times lawyers accidentally sent private strategy memo to staff union. Jeopardy! Host Mayim Bialik's ugly history of shaming Weinstein's victims and being an anti-vaxxer. GOP strategist arrested for underage sex trafficking. This polished, versatile J. Crew shirt dress needs to make an appearance at your office pronto. The next headlines are from the New York Post. This Afghan rout is entirely on Joe Biden. Texas Senate passes sweeping voting bill following Dem jaunt to D.C. COVID negligence suit against LI nursing home can proceed, judge says. Close to half of Americans cannot afford a one-bedroom rental, report. Free Guy Review, Video Game Romp is one of the summer's best movies. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Perseid meteor shower 2021, when, where, and how to see it. Catch the Perseid's peak this week. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Where there's fire, there's smoke, and economic consequences. Autonomous sail drones built to survive hurricanes and provide unprecedented data. FDA expected to allow third vaccine dose for some immunocompromised Americans. Tracking virtually rules out the new asteroid impacts in next century. New hurricane hunting drones aim to warn of intensifying storms. Florida school board to require masks despite ban. Dixie Fire becomes single largest wildfire in California's history. Delta variant worsens COVID summer surge despite increased first dose vaccinations. U.S. is averaging 100,000 COVID-19 cases a day as hospitalizations spike across the South. A Massachusetts COVID outbreak in July could show how vaccines work. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. UFOs, shifting the narrative from threat to science. Demi Lovato, Gigi Hadid and more celebrities who believe in aliens. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Virginia Tech issues statement on reports that LGBTQ flag was stolen, replaced with Confederate flags. SNL alum Horatio Sanz sued for alleged sex assault, denies claim. U.S. sending 3,000 troops to Kabul to partially evacuate embassy. Fires charring U.S. West Range set up ranchers for hardship. Renewed push to restore Tappan Zee Bridge name following Governor Cuomo's resignation. Anti-Asian incidents this year on track to surpass those reported in 2020. GOP Rep Dan Crenshaw harangued at GOP rally for defending integrity of 2020 election. Pennsylvania man arrested for deadly weed deal that involved fake gun. Sicily may have seen Europe's hottest day ever with possible 119-degree temperature. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're an absolute moron if you make masks political. The following headlines are from military.com. More U.S. troops heading into Afghanistan as Taliban conquest approaches tipping point. Army Lieutenant General gets 4th star and becomes second female combatant commander in history. Indonesia's army stops virginity tests on female recruits. Taiwan, U.S. Coast Guards meet despite Chinese pressure. Group cites chemical concerns at military sites near Chesapeake Bay. Army officer is 29th U.S. service member to die from COVID-19. VA to require COVID-19 vaccine for all healthcare workers and hospital volunteers. COVID-19 was more widespread in U.S. military earlier in the pandemic than previously thought, report finds. Germany, Netherlands suspend deportations to Afghanistan. Army veteran convicted of plotting to bomb California rally. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. They came and took him from me, mother mourns fatal shooting of 16-year-old son at Englewood home. Investment advisor who stole part of man's settlement for wrongful conviction is sentenced to 42 months in federal prison. Hamel Woods Dam removed. Northwestern and Amita hospitals have yet to mandate COVID-19 vaccines for workers. Here's why. With COVID-19 Delta variant surge, here's what to know about dining around Chicago. Lollapalooza COVID-19 outbreak, 200 cases linked to event so far, but Chicago's top doctor says no signs it was a super spreader. 1 killed when tree crashed on Rockford's mobile home during Wednesday's severe weather, officials say. Chicago's population grew slightly over the last decade, according to 2020 census. O'Hare Airport travel tips, how to navigate one of the world's busiest airports. Man killed in Cottage Grove Heights crash, 2 others injured, Chicago police say. The following headlines are from phys.org. Study says blue hydrogen likely bad for climate. The push to cashless transit fare leaves some riders behind. TV ads inspire investment interest, study finds. During close pass, solar orbiter captures Venus glare. New marmoset species discovered in Brazilian Amazon. Study argues that pedestrian-friendly environments are critical to trip chains in urban centers. The best of both worlds, combining classical and quantum systems to meet supercomputing demands. Harnessing sunlight to fuel the future through covalent organic frameworks. Russian investigators probe big Black Sea oil spill. Research shows flocking birds, schooling fish, other collective movements can stabilize ecosystems. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, August 12th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Can life exist on a rogue planet? Pupil size may be linked to intelligence. Smartphones with thermal imaging cameras might make handy thermometers. Is CBD legal? Read this before buying. 9 best CBD wholesale suppliers in 2021. Peru's Incan rope bridges are hanging by a thread. Latin is dead, but not extinct. Taking a vacation might save your life. What are COVID-19 variants and how can you stay safe as they spread? A doctor answers 5 questions. Best Organic CBD Brands 2021, Top 3. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Washington Schools Chief seeks school employee vaccination directive. How UW's wide receivers have utilized hater blockers in a quest for consistency. Britney Spears' father to step down from conservatorship. Supreme Court justice won't block college vaccine mandate. Raiders rebuilt defensive line coming together in camp. Jurors find Kansas massage therapist guilty of sex crimes. July was busiest month for illegal border crossings in 21 years, data show. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. California High Court, inmates cannot have cannabis in prison. Receive $100 each time you talk someone into getting a full vaccine dose against COVID. Why San Jose City Hall is lit up in rainbow colors this week. Home tips, discover the life-changing magic of folding, Marie Kondo style. Map, the wildfires that led to ex-professor's arson arrest. COVID concerns Nick's SF Fringe Festival, Taylor Mac World Premiere. Oakland A's, Bassett make franchise blowout history, up win streak to 7 games. Bay Area TV Sports, what to watch on Saturday Sunday. Review, EPOS B20 raises the level of streaming McGee if you have the right settings. Senator Paul reveals his wife bought stock in COVID treatment firm. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Oil states urge Biden to unleash U.S. production instead of turning to OPEC. Matthew Taylor Coleman, surf instructor enlightened by QAnon, charged with murdering son, daughter. Plymouth shooting, a number of fatalities reported. Capitol Hill lawmakers scoff at bipartisanship, threaten boycott of other parties' bills. Joe Biden transgender mandate on religious hospitals, doctors blocked by federal court. Census reports increasingly diverse population as country begins redistricting. Inside the Beltway, Alabama steps up for Trump. Liberal groups turn up heat on Biden to press for ending filibuster on voting bill. Newberg, Oregon, school board votes to ban Black Lives Matter, pride flags. Ralph Northam, Virginia's Democrat governor, mandates face masks indoors for K-12 schools. The next headlines are from The Intercept. As the Taliban seize cities, desperate Afghans are trapped in an American-made fiasco. Joe Manchin wins a watered-down voting rights bill. Atlanta poised to approve massive police training facility despite public opposition. Bolsonaro allies in Brazilian Congress push sweeping electoral changes to keep hold on power. Stephen Holden is the latest New York Democrat to try flipping a coveted House seat. Is he up to the task? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, August 12, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Bears RB David Montgomery motivated to make the most of the moment. Odds of asteroid Bennu clobbering Earth are now higher but still slim. White Sox arrive in Iowa for Field of Dreams game. Man fatally shot in Englewood. Man killed, 2 others injured in Cottage Grove Heights crash. Afternoon edition, August 12, 2021. Man caught with gun illegally amid 2020 looting gets time served after 14 months in jail. Pritzker signs bills to protect first responders at accident scenes as injured state trooper's wife urges motorists to lay down your hurry. Marquise Goodwin, Damian Williams Bears first game after year away. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Explained, what is driving India's export surge? White population falls below 60% amid browning of America. Taliban takes Herat, third largest Afghan city. Following own policy or GovPs, Priyanka hits back at Twitter. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, August 12, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Abbott and local Dems wage legal war over mask mandates. Things to do, The Out Proud releases Volume 2 at show at Big Star Bar. Things to do, Zach Person, House of Blues, August 13, 2021. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this summer 2021. Andre Johnson enters Hall of Fame ballot in 2022. Best bets the week of August 12 to 18, 2021. HISD issues mask mandate as legal fights heat up. TX House Speaker signs arrest warrants for 52 Democrats. Young Rockets fun to watch already. This week's best concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. P&Y names Luke Brewster Ishii Award winner for world record luck, field and stream. Competitive eater Eric Booker just broke this Guinness World Record, mashed. Bennington's Alyssa Amos Clark officially a world record holder, Bennington banner. Watch, Pakistan sets new world record by planting over 50,000 saplings in 60 seconds, The Express Tribune. 100-year-old great-great-granny, oldest powerlifter and Guinness World Record holder, still competing, CBN News. How former Washington Husky Phil Shinnick got his world record recognized 58 years after he said it, the Guam Daily Post. Basketball players at Narden Academy set new world record, Spectrum News. Malayalam Little Magazine sets eyes on world record, The Hindu. Italy may have seen Europe's hottest day ever, NBC News. World record holder Bridget Kosgei headlines 2021 Virgin Money London Marathon, Athletics Weekly. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series just dropped a surprising bit of Season 2 news. Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry's archives are being digitized, for NFTs and more. Indian rocket-carrying Earth monitoring satellite fails to reach orbit. Large landslide hits highway in India, leaves at least 13 dead. Just 2 robots hanging out on Mars. Your Dune collection is about to get so much more Zendaya. Venom, Let There Be Carnage has been delayed a few weeks. It sounds like Google's Find My network for Android will work just like Apple's. Big Oil's new clean fuel is dirtier than they say. Verizon is giving away AMC Plus before The Walking Dead premiere, with a catch. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? Oops, unable to retrieve the temperature data, check back later. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Calculator, Mail, other built-in apps get a Windows 11 facelift in latest beta. There's new evidence of a large cold spot partly causing dimming of Betelgeuse. This teardrop trailer could be perfect for electric vehicle camping. Hacker is returning $600 in crypto, claiming theft was just for fun. Xiaomi clones the iPad Pro for half the price, $386. Netflix is adding residential IP addresses to its VPN block lists. Apple and Google seem spooked by bill requiring more app stores and sideloading. Star Trek, Lower Decks still understands what makes Trek tick. Microsoft says NSA needs to undo its $10 billion cloud computing contract with Amazon. Facebook may be forced to sell Jiffy 1 year after buying it. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Freed Britney, Jamie Spears finally agrees to step down from conservatorship. DeSantis admits defeat in threats to cut pay of school leaders who impose mask mandates. Top Mormon church leaders call on the faithful to get vaccinated and wear masks. Trump-loving Minnesota GOP strategist arrested for underage sex trafficking. Money and Lies, your definitive guide to 21 legal cases and investigations now engulfing Trump and the family business. Bird guts all over, GOP lawmaker warns solar panels will make thousands of birds explode. Lindell Epalooza meltdown, My Pillow guy blames cyber symposium setbacks on Antifa, but they're nowhere to be found. Matt Gaetz's week just got way worse. Amid calls to tax the churches, what and how much do U.S. religious organizations not pay the tax man? Texas threatens to pull liquor licenses for restaurants that ask customers to show proof of vaccination. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Who is Mayim Bialik, a terrible choice for Jeopardy host? Did you change your mind about COVID-19 vaccines? Despair not, vaccination rates continue to rise. Democrats are running out of time to protect voting rights. Working for America's biggest chicken processor is no picnic. The UN's big climate report buried some bad news about our eating habits. A Scottish judge just resurrected an effort to investigate Donald Trump for money laundering. QAnon hero claims to present sensitive election files at MyPillow CEO event. Send us your thoughts. Will Twitter permanently ban Marjorie Taylor Greene? The moderates are blocking Biden's ambition. Why is he letting them get away with it? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Searching for life on Mars and its moons, Science magazine. Book review, The Great Silence, by Doug Johnston, The Scotsman. It's time to stop UFO mania, The Washington Post. Harvard Professor LeBlanche's Galileo Project, Systematic Hunt for Signs of Extraterrestrial Life News, Harvard Crimson. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. A biased perspective on brain imaging of ADHD, American Journal of Psychiatry, MJ Psychiatry. CS and increasing prevalence of nocturnal knee pain in OA, Patty JPR, Dove Medical Press. How a specific synapse type regulates anxiety-like behavior, Medical Express. Novometis files Fragile X orphan drug designation with European Medicines Agency, Markets Insider. Deep learning and citizen science enable automated plant trait predictions from photograph scientific reports, Nature.com. Neutrogen review, legit ingredients that work or fake pills, Homer News. Aptonix, APTX, fall 6.51% on strong volume August 11th, Equities.com. What is neuroplasticity? Understanding its role in a child's learning journey, Times of India. Brain-wide neural dynamics of post-stroke recovery induced by optogenetic stimulation, Science Advances. Oxytocin neurons enable social transmission of maternal behavior, Nature.com. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Crypto leaders are obsessed with life extension. Here's why, Cointelegraph magazine, Cointelegraph. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, August 12, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO stigma, alien conspiracy theories and Cold War paranoia. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, August 12, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.